What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Podium Picks. Sean and Tommy here inside the Working Against Gravity studios, and we are going with a seasonal one. We just got done with Halloween.
Yes.
So we figured we need to do a Podium Picks for best Halloween candy.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I mean, this was another loaded field.
Yeah. We set some parameters, and it was funny because as we were driving over, I was like, I should have mentioned that I think this is something we should do, and it was the first thing you said to me.
Yes. So we have a rule here now. If you get a full-sized candy bar while you are out trick-or-treating, that is going to win, regardless of what the candy is. It might not even be something you like.
Yeah.
But full-size, winner, chicken dinner. So we're going with just the regular, like I guess the bite size, you would call them, the ones that like easily fit in your Halloween bucket or whatever you take out there.
I have a feeling I'm going to upset some people.
I think I'm going to as well. I have a controversial pick on here.
Controversy,
right. Yeah. So we're
rife with controversy.
Yes, but it's probably fitting that our presenting sponsor of this episode is Working Against Gravity, because we're about ready to talk about all the bad things that you can put in your body during Halloween. Mm-hmm. But if you want to undo some of the damage that you did to yourself from Halloween and some of the impending damage that is coming up for the holiday season, now is the time to insure yourself against said damage by getting on board with Working Against Gravity.
Yes, and just to give you a little clue, we're talking about Halloween candy here, but with Working Against Gravity's one-on-one nutrition coaching, I was able to shuck and jive a little bit through Halloween and make sure that I still stayed on track. May have had some bite-sized Snickers, but you know what? I was able to log them in my Fitness Pal, which automatically logs up into Seismic, which tracks it for my nutrition tracking with Working Against Gravity automatically. So I knew that I could stay on track towards my macros, did some check-ins with my nutritionist, and I stayed on track the entire time. And they can do that for everyone, whether you're, maybe a newly crowned CrossFit champion hitting the off season and maybe exploring some candy a little bit, or if you're just someone like me that's, maybe trying to get back in shape and maybe kind of looking towards the open to get a little fitness before the holidays starts. If you go to Working Against Gravity, they have .com. They have two different tracks, performance and lifestyle. Either one is up to you based on your needs. You'll get your own nutritionist. You get your own 100% customized work plan. You have tons of research, articles, education, and pieces available to you, as well as their private Facebook group. And you can only get it at workingagainstgravity.com. They have a deal for our listeners. As always, only for our Talking Elite crew. Elite 50 gets you $50 off your first month. Definitely worth giving it a try, especially if you kind of woke up and you were surrounded by Reese's peanut butter cup wrappers like myself. And you're like,
just in a sugar-induced stupor. Like, what happened to me?
Time to get it back on the rails, and you can do it at workingagainstgravity.com.
All right, check them out. Yeah, love having them on board. Workingagainstgravity.com, and the code is Elite50. Okay, let's get into our podium picks for Halloween candy, and we start with the spirit of the games.
Yes.
And our dark horse. So I believe it is your turn to kick off here.
Okay, so my dark horse one, and I even
you're going to start dark horse. Okay.
Oh, okay. So we'll do spirit of the games. Yes. So this is a candy, and I like it. It's very much become a part of my life in my elder years. It's also a candy I very much enjoy at the movies. So anytime I can get it, and I've had some stories on about this candy in the past, and it's the Sour Patch Watermelon. And
all right.
And since they started releasing the smaller packs that can be included in the Halloween, and that just kind of stepped my Halloween up a notch. I think so much of it is, there's the chocolate candy versus the fruity candy, the sour candy. That if I can have my choice in sour candy, it is a Sour Patch Watermelon. It's got me through the Ultimate Hawaiian Trail Run. Someone gave us a big bag of it one time at one of the sanctionals, and we plowed through it. I mean, I will never turn this candy down, and it brings me back to going to the movies all the time because you have a bulk candy. I would get a big scoop of regular M&Ms and a big scoop of Sour Patch Watermelon, and I'd mix them up together, and
You're a madman.
Oh, man. Just want to watch the world burn. I'm like a dog chasing a car.
Yes.
I wouldn't know what to do if I caught it.
Wow. That's quite a combo.
So Sour Patch Watermelon is my spirit of the games. And I'll be honest, I loved it growing up, and then Heber reinstilled my favor for it because Heber is a candy monster. That guy
I can see that.
Just crushes candy. And I don't know if he does as much anymore, but he used to, especially. And especially when he was trying to put on weight. He would
that guy was eating everything in sight.
Oh my gosh.
Weight. He looked like Fat Thor.
It's like he can't enjoy other vices that we have, maybe
Right.
a nice glass of bourbon or a wobbly pop. So he goes to candy, and it's understandable. But yeah, that was my spirit of the games. My dark horse here is the Payday Mini.
A Payday Mini.
Yeah.
Okay, is that where your controversy comes in? Because
I don't know. I think
now correct me if I'm wrong. If the Payday it's like the peanuts and they're all coagulated together. Correct?
It's like you took the best caramel, and you know what's funny? I don't feel like it's just regular caramel. So it's salted peanuts rolled over a nougat-like sweet caramel center.
Okay.
I think there's some dark arts going on with whatever caramel they pulled it from.
Little eye of newt and wing of bat in there, whatever it is.
Yeah, to make it extra tasty. So I don't know why, but Paydays is one of those. It's one of those ones where every time I have one, I'm like, man, I forgot how much I like this.
Ooh,
and
okay.
I need to have this one more often if I go to the store. It's also, if I remember correctly back in the day, before the health conscious stuff, it was more it was a little bit better because it was just peanuts, just caramel. You got a little protein from the peanuts.
Yeah.
And it was like a little bit more fit friendly of a candy bar. And I don't know why the sweet and salty, it does the sweet salty thing. With the salted
which
peanuts.
is why you can probably eat more of it, right?
Yeah. And it just hits that spot for me. Like one of my best friend growing up, it's like one of his favorite candy bars, and I have good memories of after working at farmers market. We take all the produce to farmers market, going to farmers market, and then getting a Payday afterwards, and just sitting there on the ride home in the van was always the best because we get lunch and then we get a Payday and we'd just be sitting there and just chatting about life and eating a Payday. So it is definitely a good one, and I bet a lot of people are listening like, Payday?
Oh, just wait till I
haven't had one of those in a while.
I don't think I've ever, maybe once. Just because I'm such a chocoholic, so there will be a theme with mine because
I think I got a little bit of one of my dad's favorite things, and this is a little bit of an aside, and I think I got it because I think it's that same sweet salty thing. He loves to put salted peanuts into his Coca-Cola.
I've never heard of that.
You get a bottle of Coca-Cola. Try this. You sip. You drink it down to the label.
Okay.
And it can be.
This is like the big bottle.
So it's like a 20 ounce bottle. Coke Zero. Let's watch the sugar. Get a sleeve of like salted peanuts you get from the gas station and pour it in, and then you just swig it like normal. And every couple swigs you get a thing of peanuts, and it adds a little bit of just a little bit of saltiness to it.
I'll try it.
My dad loves it, and I remember about it like finally the day I tried it growing up, I was like, it's pretty good.
Right.
And so there was probably a 5-year stretch. Every time I had a bottle of Coke, there'd be peanuts in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've heard of that. Well, those are good. I will start with my spirit of the games. Now, again, I'm a chocoholic, so I'm going to go pretty much on that side of things here, varying varieties, I guess, for lack of a better term. So my spirit of the games is good old just Hershey's chocolate. And this could be a Hershey's Kiss. It can be one of those little Hershey chocolate bars. It can be a chocolate bar with, I think they have almonds. Oh, yeah. It can be the Hershey's cookies and cream, which I love, which is like the white chocolate with the cookie bits in it.
I feel like that's a little, you're getting a little out there with you're getting to choose the whole selection.
If I had to pick, so spirit of the games, like right down the middle, just a Hershey's chocolate bar. Okay. Can't beat it. Just great, gets the job done.
Yeah.
Milk chocolate. Like if you don't have your favorite, say like you're a Butterfinger guy or a Milky Way guy, you don't have that. Hershey's chocolate it'll rub that, it'll scratch that itch. You know what I mean? Like it'll get the job done.
It's a 5-iron right down the fairway.
Exactly.
It's an underhanded free throw. You know it's going in. It's not going to look cool, but
it's the fullback of Halloween candy. You know that you're gonna hand the ball to that fullback and you're gonna get a positive gain, be it 1 to 3 yards.
Yep.
But it's at least gonna keep the forward progress going. So Hershey's chocolate, like in milk chocolate for me, is just that is spirit of games. Now here's where people need to sit down and take a deep breath because this is gonna be controversial.
Okay,
here, right?
I have 2 candy bars in my head of what it could be if it's chocolate based, and I'm curious.
It's not going to be chocolate based. This is not chocolate based, and this honestly could have made my podium, but I didn't want to have people rioting over this. Okay, because this is very.
Oh gosh.
So my dark horse, and I love this stuff. Candy corn. Yes, candy corn. I love candy corn, and I know there's people out there who hate candy corn. They think it's disgusting. They think it's like Peeps. Peeps for Easter. People love Peeps. Can't stand them. They're disgusting. Candy corn, though, and there are different varieties. Like you can get. I've had bad candy corn. Like you got to get the white, yellow, and orange kind first.
Yeah.
And then I think it's Brock's that you get at the grocery store. Same thing. Like you would just put the scooper in, bam, and I love it. I can eat candy corn until I am blue in the face. In fact, when we took Max to get a pumpkin for Halloween, they were selling impulse purchase at the register where you checked out this big pumpkin farm. Candy corn, I'm like, don't mind if I do. Probably gone before we left the parking lot because I was just shoveling it in.
I don't mind candy corn. I'll say that.
But there are people who hate it.
There are people that basically think it's trash.
Yes. I mean, as far as nutritional value goes, sure. But I love me some candy corn, man.
Yeah.
And I'll eat it in sections sometimes, like the little, and then go.
Just take a little bite.
Just
take it by color.
See how precise I could get. I used to do that as a kid, but I love candy corn. And that's why I love this time of year. Get that candy corn.
Fun fact. Do you know what candy corn's original name was?
I don't.
Chicken feed.
I can see that. It looks just like chicken feed.
And it was made in the 1880s.
Yep. And I think some of it's probably still around.
It's
got a 400-year shelf life, man.
they just like recovered from all anybody like. I just imagine how you can turn in your Halloween candy to like the dentist for money back in the day. Or at least we could. I feel like every dentist just like there was like a box that every dentist was sent with a prepaid shipping label just for all the candy corn to send it back to the factory to just get
just hose it off and put it back in the
just get folded.
Just spray it down. It's fine. Send it back.
Like they're a 1950s jail prisoner in Texas, just getting hosed down and sent back in the
candy corn back in the package. Let's go, saving money. But I could see it. My mom had this that she bring it out for Halloween. It was this. Candy jar. It was like a pumpkin with like maybe it was a scarecrow. I know it was just. I think it was a scarecrow. Anyway, and you just candy corn in there, and I would just handful. So yeah, I loved it. It is my vice.
Have you ever had the candy corn pumpkins?
Yes. Yeah,
I think
those are good.
I think they have the same flavor, but there's something different about it.
It's funny. It's like the shape of it.
Yeah.
Somehow channels the right amount of flavor. But yes, I have had those, and like the Hershey's chocolate, in a pinch it'll do the job.
Yeah,
but not my ideal one. So that's my dark horse. So people can tell me I'm an idiot, and that's fine.
I think I hear the villagers outside.
They're not. People are upset.
Yeah,
that's going to get some people riled up. But that's why I picked it. Dark horse. I love it. Almost made the podium, but like I said, I didn't want to have those torches and pitchforks at the door here.
There's even a candy corn flavored Oreo.
What?
Yeah. Oreo came out with a candy corn flavored Oreo.
You're gonna have to do the rest of the show by yourself. I'm gonna go buy some right now.
Just ran off camera.
I did not know this.
Yes. There's
a whole new world right here.
I can't remember why, but I looked up the history of candy corn one time because I was just really curious. I was like, is there like a mother corn? Is there like one piece of candy corn that they just shave off and like it just like regenerates and creates all? Because it's made from carnauba.
No one knows. Yeah. No one. The recipe was lost in 1880.
Scholars maintain it's been lost to history.
Okay, so that's Spirit of the Games and Dark Horse. Now, before we get to our podium, we're going to get to our Whoop podium. So we are recording this on November the 6th.
Yes.
So brand new month, only 6 days in. And we are going to look and see who had the top day strain for today.
Ooh, yeah. So
day strain for November 6th.
All right, our top day strain for November 6th. Let me go. Let me get to our. Oops.
Tommy's doing science.
All right. Number 1, I should have known. I could have put money down on who would have the top day strain. Liz Domless. She is a strain
all over the place.
Beast. 20.7 with an activity that was 20.5. Daniel Rivera, 20.6. Number 3, Phil Soucy, 20.5. Nathan Miller's number 4, 19.8. JD Meyerdirk, that's a great name, 19.2 at 5. Ben Parkin, number 6, 19.1. Number 7, Jill Morale, 18.9. Another great name. Number 8, Scott DeBurgermaster, 18.9. We've talked about him before. Number 9, Richie Carey, 18.9. And last but not least, Shane Pointner, 18.8. So far on Friday, these are our top 10 that are getting after it and just putting in the work. Whew.
That is impressive. And Liz, she
crushes it.
She is, man.
She's on top of it.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Because she's all over the place.
She's out there. She's getting after it.
Yeah, there's some fitness
involved
there. So, hey, guys, if you want to get on the Whoop train.
I like a lot of these. I like looking at the activity and what people have done. You know, there's functional fitness, activity, tennis, manual labor, cycling.
Ooh, that'll do it.
That was J.D. Meyerdirk. Of course, that name, that just screams that, I'm going to go out and put in a hard day's work.
Out there swinging a sledgehammer.
Oh, yeah, we got some good ones. Walking, functional fit, a lot of manual labor, mountain biking, coaching.
Now's the time to get that done.
Coaching. Tim Paulson was coaching. He's 16, by the way.
Nice job, Timmy.
Yeah, 14.8 just coaching.
And dadding. That'll add to it as
well.
So
that's probably it.
If you guys want to get on the Whoop train, you go to whoop.com, enter the code TALKING15, and you will save 15% off, and you will optimize the way you train, recover, and learn a lot of great stuff about yourself and how you can become just a better you. Can't recommend them highly enough, so that's whoop.com. Now we get to get into our podium. It's crunch time here, no pun intended. 3, 2, and 1 on the podium for Halloween candy, and you get to kick this off here.
So I was kind of torn here.
Okay.
Because, you know what? I did because sometimes these candies are hard to come by.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, like they're in like the specialty bag that's like an extra $1.50 at the store if you're handing them out. But these are all the ones, if I had my choice, these would be my favorites. Number 3 for me is Baby Ruth.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Baby Ruth, what I would like to call the big brother of Snickers. So
yeah, I can see that.
It's got more peanuts. I would say Snickers maybe has a little bit better chocolate, but Baby Ruth has the full, like the bigger peanuts, and the nougat to caramel ratio is just a little bit smoother on Baby Ruth. It's something I just like it. I like it.
I can't think about the Baby Ruth candy without thinking about Sloth from Goonies. Yeah, Ruth.
Oh man, I who hasn't tossed a Baby Ruth into a pool and just watched everybody scatter?
That too. I forgot about. Oh man.
But
Spalding, no.
Oh man, Baby Ruth is just one of my favorites. It's always. I don't know why it just. I don't think it's that popular of a candy bar. And even sometimes I'll go to like a gas station if I'm like I'm really craving a candy bar. I won't be able to find it. Thankfully, I can usually find these other two that I want. But sometimes I just in the mood for that smooth. Baby Ruth is like, it's almost like the love child of a Three Musketeers and a Snickers.
Yeah,
that's why it's called Baby.
Yeah, there you go. Three Musketeers almost made my list as a dark horse.
Oh,
because I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
big fan of the Three Musketeers.
That would have. I feel like a lot of people would have been giving you some side eye.
I already got the candy corn side eye. So
hey, I respect it.
I had to go. I had to go with it. Okay, so third place for me, and I realize that all mine are basically, I want to say the same, but not only am I a chocoholic, but I also like crunchy stuff. So I think basically all three of my podium picks involve these in different ratios. So the first one for me, third place, is going to be a Kit Kat.
Ooh, all right.
I love me a good Kit Kat.
Yeah.
But I feel like it is more, it's like, so there's a crunchy chocolate ratio, right? I feel like this one is more on the crunchy side.
Yes.
Which it's a chocolate covering. And there's that cookie in the middle.
Yeah. It's a wafer cookie.
Yeah, something like that. Love it. Love it. Love me a good Kit Kat.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel, a lot of times you eat chocolate and like, ooh, that was a lot. That was like a big hit of sugar.
Yeah.
This one I feel like you can get through a good maybe 2, sometimes 3, and this is a full size, so I'm talking about the mini one. But if you ate a full size one, you could probably get through 3/4 of it and be like, that didn't seem like I ate like a whole bunch of chocolate.
Totally.
So I taste great and less filling.
Yeah. I don't. That's good. Sometimes every once in a while I'll get a kit. Because my parents will hand out the full size candy bars, and you buy them, and I'll grab the Kit Kat, and I always forget something about. There's something satisfying about the break, the snap, of like biting into it, and I actually think Kit Kat has some of the best chocolate of it.
Agreed, and they're also really good cold. Like
Yes.
So that's a little versatility there.
Some of the ones you can freeze, and they don't hold up well to the cold, elements, if you will.
Yeah, so third place for me is the good old give me a break of that Kit Kat bar.
Which is another good point is they have some of the best marketing.
Yeah, and shareable.
Yeah, exactly. That
Easily
give me a
shareable.
break. Give me a break. I'll never forget that jingle.
Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Yeah. Great jingle.
Name another candy that's got that. You can't, see?
No.
There you go.
Yeah, wow. All right. Hey, like you said, you can share it too. That's a good point. All right, so my number 2, and this one is a little bit niche, but in my opinion, it's one of the best candy bars out there. And it actually supplants it's the offspring of another candy line, I guess. It's in the you're talking about like the NFL coaching tree. Yeah, like it's in the tree. This is a Reeses Nut Rages.
I have what? I don't think I've ever had one of these.
Yes, obviously it's in the Reese's coaching tree.
Yeah,
and so it has the Reese's peanut butter in it, so you get that peanut butter hit. But it's almost like it's almost like you took. So it's peanuts, Reese's peanut butter, and caramel, and wrapped in chocolate. So it's almost like it's almost like you took a Reese's cup, spread it out, you added salted peanuts to it, and you add a little like caramel to it. There might be a touch of nougat in it as well, but man, I remember the first time I had one, and it came out. It's a relatively new candy. It came out when I was in high school, and I remember there's a little Shell station on the corner of Blanco and what was Main Street would turn into Highway 68. It's my parents live, a quarter mile from it to this day. The neighborhood was behind it, but that was always the gas station that we would go to, and that was like on the corner. And And I remember walking in one day, and I knew the gas station attendant because I would skateboard by all the time and pop in, and he's like, "Hey, have you tried one of those candy bars? Those like new Reese's candy bars?" I'm like, "Reese's candy bars?" And he gives it. He's like, "Yeah." And I bought one and took a bite and just like stopped and just stared at it.
All right,
it was like
you did that like in the commercial.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
And it's just kind of like, wait a second. Am I being fooled here? And I took another bite, and I'm like, this must be some secret. And I like had to like ran away with it to eat it in private. And ever since, if they're absent of this other candy bar, which is my go-to, that's number 1. If this is at they don't always have it. If they have it nowadays, I will eat it. And they've messed with it a little bit. They've done like the Reese's Pieces Nut Rages, so they replaced the peanuts with Reese's Pieces, which is cool.
Okay.
It's okay in a pinch, but it's just not the original Nut Rages. All right. Man.
I'll have to check that out. I've not heard of that.
Yes.
So now we're into number 2 for me, and this one is again chocolate with a crunchy element mixed to it. But I feel like we have now taken the crunchy element and more evenly dispersed it throughout the chocolate. So there's a more chocolate than crunchy ratio here, and that is the Nestle's Crunch.
Oh,
Love me a good Nestle's Crunch. And I can still see them as a kid, man. I used to just dig through the candy and just pick those out. They were I don't know, about an inch long, and they had 2 segments that were squares, and they had like a semicircle of like flower petals on them. I don't know why that was the design it was.
Yeah.
Loved them. And my wife actually, because I always run my picks by her because, and she was saying that back in the 90s, and she even showed me the commercial, they had like an NBA version of the Crunch Bar where you could buy it.
You just took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, you could get it, and I didn't know this, and you would get different teams, but it wasn't on the outside. So it was like opening a pack of cards. And she was like, I was always trying to get the Chicago Bulls because they were so popular, I could never find the Bulls.
Yes. So, oh man, I'm so glad you brought that up because there was when that was going on, that's all we ate was Crunch Bars.
It's brilliant.
Yeah,
like I don't remember that at all.
Oh my gosh, that made Crunch Bar like a part of our family.
Yeah, and I think for me, like I like the smaller ones because they're thicker. Like the candy bar itself, if you buy a full size one's relatively thin.
Yeah.
Whereas the bite size ones are a lot thicker.
Yeah, you get a little more.
So
chomp
I just
to it.
feel like I can just remember as a kid all the time getting so excited when I'd see Nestle's Crunch, man. Bam, give me that. Throw that other stuff away. I'll take the Crunch. You can have all this other garbage, and we'd trade it. And I'd have a little stack of Nestle Crunch, and my parents would buy them to give them out to kids, and I was always sneaking a few for myself. But yeah, and then I just think that's brilliant that they did some sort of like baseball card thing where you were trying to get a team. And you would open it up and be like, the Nuggets.
every time I'd be like, Lakers, come on, Lakers.
Yep.
I'm wearing Lakers gear today. Come on, Lakers. And you get it, you're like, Seattle Supersonics again.
Exactly.
Like Washington Bullets.
All right. I remember, do you remember those, and I don't think Dairy Queen still does this, but they used to serve sundaes in those baseball hats.
Yeah.
And I would never get a good one. It was always like the Padres and the Brewers.
They just had a
never got the Dodgers.
A plethora of like the Blue Jays and like all these teams you don't want.
Right.
Yeah. Same.
So this was that's a brilliant idea. More candy companies should do that.
I'm glad she remembered that. And I almost want to say some of it was tied to the Dream Team.
That would make sense because that was that year, right?
Yeah.
92? Yeah.
92, yeah. I remember the Dream Team being involved somehow, and like, my grandpa loved Crunch Bars too. And
good.
Now this will tell you. So back in the day, I think this is before they had all the extra stuff in their chocolate. But like, if you let a Crunch Bar, you got one that had maybe been sitting on the shelf too long, it starts to like, I called it dust around the outside.
Yes.
So like the chocolate goes a little white. And it's like, how bad do you want this? Like, how much dust are you willing to eat where that chocolate goes bad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, number 1.
All right. So my number 1, and it's what I always gravitate to, and it's not in its usual form in the bite-sized one. Your wife actually made me a birthday gift around it one time.
This is fantastic because we both have the same number 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So it is Twix.
Yes, number 1. You cannot argue against that. That is science.
It's normally it comes in pairs, left Twix, right Twix. There's the current marketing scheme. But man, I don't know why. Twix is like, to me, when I talk about like Kit Kat has a snap, Twix has a nice snap to it, but there's a little bit more to it.
All the classic elements that you want from a candy bar, it has that in perfect ratio.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Exactly. It's I don't remember when I started loving Twix so much, but I remember at one point, I just remember biting into one. I'm like, that's my new favorite candy bar.
I'm the same way. Like I was the Nestle's Crunch, and then same thing. I don't remember when, but now it's like if I see one, I get irrationally excited because I love those things. Like if you go and someone's got a candy bowl out and you see the Twix, like you see that little gold in the bottom, you will dig down to get that. Like you're going to bypass 100%. Everything else that's in there.
And that's what I respect about it because it's got the gold wrapper. So you're like, ooh, there's that little pot of gold I've been looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But it's got, like I said, it's got that, it has the perfect amount of crunch, great amount of chocolate, and then you add the caramel nougat in there in just the right proportion. And you could have, there's other candy that, like, let's take a Snickers, for example. Snickers still, they have that as well with the peanuts, the nougat, the caramel, and the chocolate. But it's just not the same. It doesn't hit the same.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
The Twix just that just hits differently. So yeah, man, that's great. I didn't know we'd have the same number 1.
Oh yeah,
I knew you liked Twix, but I don't know if you would put it number 1.
Oh yeah, it's definitely my favorite. I was just looking it up right now. Twix was founded in 1967 in the UK.
It's been around that long?
Yeah.
See, I remember it in the 80s, but I don't, and I think there was, because probably I watched a lot of cartoons and they were marketing on there, but I don't remember it before that.
It was originally called Raider in mainland Europe. I wonder why that didn't stick. But, oh, man. Twix is part of the Mars candy bar family.
Okay.
And one of my roommates in college and one of my buddies in college, his family worked for Mars. So every once in a while, his mom would just send us, like,
jackpot.
Just boxes of candy bars, whether it was, I think, Milky Way, like a bunch of those ones. And I'd always have, like, dibs on the Twix. Like, that was, gimme dat. Especially it was in college when I could just eat whatever I wanted.
Oh, yeah.
So, but
what didn't make it? What are some that you left off?
Ooh. So Snickers obviously is like, I think a lot of people are going to be mad that Snickers didn't make either of our lists, but it's funny. That's like, I feel like Snickers is like the cool kid at the party that like everyone likes, but they don't really like as much. It's just cool to like that person,
I would agree with that.
So I like Snickers. It's a phenomenal candy bar.
But nothing against it, but not my first, second, or third choice.
Exactly. Yeah. It's good it's like really good in a lot of ways, but it doesn't excel in one thing.
I feel like they try to do too much with the Snickers.
I can see that.
Yeah.
This one's a little out there. The Ferrero Rocher.
I don't even know what that is.
Those little like individually wrapped balls that have like the gold foil.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They're almost like truffles.
Yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about now. All right.
And they're like coated in nuts, but it's hazelnut. And Tiffany will tell you, and my mom will as well, I love hazelnut. Oh, my gosh. That is... You give me any fall flavor, any Christmas flavor, any other... Like, just give me hazelnut-flavored stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for me, there were three in particular that I can think of off the top of my head. And I already mentioned one. Three Musketeers. Milky Way, which I feel like is a Three Musketeers... I'm sorry, it's a Snickers without the peanuts, basically.
Yep.
Butterfinger.
Yeah.
Because that's got that crunch to it, but it's not necessarily... I don't know what that stuff is in the middle.
Yeah.
But it's crunchy, and I like it.
It's like, yeah, what is that? That's a good question.
It's a mystery substance.
I had to pull back from Milky Way and Butterfinger back in the day and had braces and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Headgear.
That stuff would just...
It had a palate expander.
Oh, yeah. I had one of those.
Oh, man. It was like... I just remember like...
You have to get a pressure washer to get that stuff out.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. And it was just like getting the Butterfinger stuff out. Like... Because it lays like shale rock.
No, that's exactly... Yeah, it is. It's like edible shale rock. That's a great way to put it. And then I think... I'm trying to think if there'd be another one that I could pick. But, I never... Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Yeah.
I like them, but there's just... Again, I think the ratios needs to be adjusted for me.
Yeah.
Like them. I'll eat them all the time. But
the... M&M's peanuts are good. M&M's peanut butter peanuts are M&M's peanut butter good.
Frozen.
But the frozen peanut butter.
Will you freeze them?
Yeah,
ooh, that's some good stuff.
But those I almost will avoid in the small packages because it's like a casual eating candy. Remember we have them for regionals every year.
Oh,
Molly would get us the big, and you just walk by and grab a handful, and that's just like how I eat them. So it's like that's not enough to be my casual handful. So I just avoid it because I don't want to even like go down that train.
Right. You're going to be all of a sudden you've eaten half the jar.
This one is a new one. I think it's just getting popular in the States now, and I've seen it in mini form a couple times, and it's Kinder Bueno.
Yes, my brother a long time ago had those before they made it over to the U.S.
Yeah,
so
European for sure. But I mean that's hazelnut right up the.
Ooh, okay.
It's a hazelnut bar. It's kind of, but it's a little bit like light and airy to it. Yeah, it's.
I'll do a Heath bar too, but I prefer it when it's surrounded by ice cream.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Yeah.
I don't know why, but I'll do a Heath bar.
You get the Heath bar and like, did you get Heath bar in your twist?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. I need to give that a try though.
Yeah.
I'll go back there soon.
You want to hear all the variations of our favorite Twix?
Oh,
Gingerbread Twix, Winter Spice Twix, limited edition for Christmas 2020, by the way. Peanut Butter Twix, Twix Tea Breaks. It's in the UK. Cookies and cream Twix, chocolate fudge Twix, triple chocolate Twix, chalk and orange Twix. That was only in the UK. Twix Extra. I think that's just a bigger one. Ice cream Twix bars are great too.
Oh, yeah.
Bisque and Twix. Let's see. Orange Twix, white chocolate Twix, dark chocolate Twix, coffee Twix. Ooh, I feel like that would be good for like an actual cup of coffee. Mint slice.
Wow, I had no idea the Twix existed in this many varieties.
Neither did I. Twix Cappuccino, only in Belgium.
What? That's ridiculous.
Twix Coconut.
Ooh.
Almond
Joy. That's another.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a.
That should have probably made
that's a close one. My mom loves my dad. It's funny. My dad loves Almond Joy. My mom loves Mounds because Mounds is the dark chocolate.
Yeah. I'm an Almond Joy guy.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was fun. Now I'm going to go eat a lot of candy because I have cravings for all this stuff. So wherever the nearest convenience store is, look out because I'm on my way.
Yes.
So anyway, appreciate you guys being with us today and checking this out. Hopefully this was a good distraction from everything that was going on. We certainly had a lot of fun putting it together. Let us know in the comments what your picks are, and you can tell me what an idiot I am for liking candy corn. For Tommy Marquez, I'm Sean Woodland. Thank you so much for joining us. We will talk to you guys next time.